So you want to learn how to make a pocket like this with your knitting machine? Well, keep on watching and I'll show you just how I did this. Knit pockets. You will cast on your work for your sweater as you normally would. I'm knitting this pocket on a swatch, so I'm casting on over 40 needles. And then I'm going to knit, or rather, to begin the pocket, you're going to knit until the point where the pocket top is. So you're going to knit to the top of the pocket where your hand goes inside the pocket. So at that point, the pocket opening, you're going to knit a number of rows to that pocket opening. So for me, I'm just going to knit till I get to row 40, or rather row 50. I dropped a stitch here. I'm at the top of my pocket opening, and the next step is to set the stitches to the side of your pocket on hold. So I want to make my pocket over 20 needles, so I'm going to set these 10 stitches on the opposite side of my carriage to hold. I'm going to push my holding palm to hold and knit across to the opposite side, and then set the stitches on this other side of the pocket, which are not going to be knit, also to hold. Okay, now the next step is to knit the pocket band. There's a band at the top of your pocket, which is flush with the body of your sweater. That's what I want to knit now, and I'm going to knit it in a contrast yarn so that you can really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to be taking this main color out of my carriage and putting in the contrast yarn. So the top of the pocket band is usually about an inch, and for me that's like 10 rows. And because the band is folded, I'm going to need to knit double of the number of rows. So I'm knitting 20 rows for the pocket band. So this is the first row. And since I have stitches to either side of my pocket on hold, I need to add weight to these edges so that they will knit properly. If I do not, they will not knit properly. So I'm going to take my claw weights and put them on this edge here and here. Okay. And then I'm going to knit 9 more rows to get the pocket band. That's row 2, 3. So make sure the edge stitches are really knitting. I have an issue with my yarn, I'm trying to sort since it tangled somewhere. So this is row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, and I need to put my weights higher so that they continue to be effective. Actually, I think I've moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7. My yarn is twisted on my yarn mat, so I'm going to cut it and rethread it. So that was row 7. Row 8. Row 9. And row 10. So this is 1/2 of my pocket band, and I need to make 10 more rows to complete my pocket band. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to untangle my yarn. Okay, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I can take these weights off for the next step. The next step is to fold the band the way that you would fold your hem, the way that you would hang your hem. So I'm going to push the fabric in like that, and then come to the first row where I can see my loops of orange and pick those up onto the needle. So if you were using the same color for your pocket, I would recommend that you knit that row at a higher tension so that you can easily see where you need to pick up the band for the pocket. I'm going to come and pick up a bit from the opposite side. I want to pull these tails out. So you don't have to use your 1-prong transfer tool. You can pick up faster if you have a 3-prong transfer tool. So you're going to have a stitch that will not have a loop on it, and that's totally fine. So once you've picked up and folded the pocket band, you're now ready to knit the body of the pocket. And the body of the pocket is going to have 2 times the number of rows required for the length. So if the length of my pocket is 3 inches, and 3 inches is like 36 rows, I need to knit 72 rows because my pocket is going to come down and then go back up. Okay, so I need to go down 36 rows, back up 36 rows. So I'm going to knit 72 rows now, and I'm going to put my weights back on. Okay, let's begin. That's the first row. Row 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as your rows get bigger, you need to, as your rows get longer, you need to shift your weight up. So I'm just going to continue like this and get to row 72. and then you'll see the end result. I ran out of my contrast yarn, so I'm going to leave this tail and put my main yarn back in. I'm going to cut it here so that I don't have a long loop. Put that back. I'm at row 32 right now. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to row 72. I'm at row 72 and I've got my main color back on. Assuming you didn't have your main color back on, you would need to come and put your main color back on, okay, and knit one row on the pocket. And then I'm going to first of all push these needles on the opposite side of the carriage. I'm going to push them back to D so that they will be knit in on the next row. And then I'm going to cancel my holding cam so that these stitches on the other side will also be knitting on the next row. And then I can continue to knit the body of my sweater because I've knit the sweater inside pocket now. So I can continue and knit the rest of the sweater up to the next section. So I'm going to take this swatch off and turn it around so that you can see what my pocket looks like. Let me take these weights off also. And knit this up. Okay, so here is the reverse side of my work. So here's the pocket that I've knit. So I would need to join the sides of this pocket, and then this is the public side of my knitting. And here's the pocket band that I knit first. Okay, so that's my pocket. So the final step once we finish knitting would be to sew up the sides of the pocket and to sew the sides of the band to the body like this. All right. So let me pin it here and take a beautiful picture of it.
When everything is nice.